Hello everyone, Treecks here. Welcome back to Metroid Prime. Welcome back to the Chozo Ruins and welcome back to the main plaza. Last time we defeated Flagra, which is the boss of the Chozo Ruins. A great poison is apparently present on this planet and it actually made that thing mutate into a very large plant that in his turn actually poisoned the waters in this place. But all of that is now taken care of, so it is time for us to move on to the next region. Because the Chozo Ruins itself, even though there's more stuff to find, is pretty much complete. If we check out our entire map, we will see that with the exception of a few rooms, we have pretty much visited everything. There's still a couple of things we need to return to later, because we're still missing items. But that is going to be a problem for later. And speaking of missing items, now that we have a couple of upgrades, we can actually try to make our way back towards the elevator, where we actually stopped last time, before moving back towards the main room because of a couple of pickups. We can of course also take another route towards that elevator, and also get a couple of pickups from that direction. Even here were a couple of things we missed. Starting off here in the ruined nursery. First let's get rid of all of the hives, so we actually have some room to work. Not having to worry about enemies attacking us on our back. In this room it was pretty obvious there was a missile expansion in here. 2 items were actually required before we're able to pick it up, and that's going to be the morph ball and the morph ball bomb. And the first time we were here, we were in possession of neither of them. And the second time we only had the morph ball. So now we can actually pick it up. Oh, and I need to go out of this tunnel because I need to go in here. The metal crates we cannot destroy, of course, but we can do the other ones. Oh, come on, Samus. Yeah, moving around with the morph ball in regular 3D space is a bit difficult. It's definitely designed to go into tunnels. But we can also use the motion controls in order to jump, of course. Almost forgot about that. I'm automatically using the regular bump jumps again, but here on the Switch version we can also use the motion controls, of course, by simply swinging up our controller. That will make Samus jump as well. A trick that was introduced in Metroid Prime 3, of course, because of that being the first game with motion controls. But it's also present in the Prime Trilogy version of 1 and 2, and the Switch version of 1. That we can of course also use. Now let's go for our next item. You guys go away. No pickups apparently. No. This tunnel over here. Now that we have morph ball jump, we can get into this tunnel and find out there's also a missile expansion hiding in here. Also easily overlooked. Now let's continue towards the first boss room, the Hive Totem. Last time we actually met up with a dead end over there as well, a morph ball tunnel. Now we have the morph ball, so we can use it to continue. And we will find out that this is actually connected to the elevator room that we met last time. Coming from Flagra's room, the Sun Chamber is actually not the only way to get there. We can also come from this direction, now that we have the morph ball. Just roll through the tunnel. Do this little 2D morph ball section. Simple room with a couple of pistons. Nothing too spectacular here. Just a traversing area, you might say. And then we will end up at the elevator again. This is the same elevator that we met last time before we actually decided to go into the vault first. And then return to the main plaza. But now we are fully equipped. Got pretty much everything that we can. And it is time for us to move on to Magmoor Caverns. Sounds interesting. The Magmoor in the name. Clearly based on the word magma, so you can expect this to be a very hot place. Good thing we picked up our Varia suit in the meantime. So we should be able to resist any heat that we find in here. Welcome to the second area of Metroid Prime. Or perhaps technically the third, because the Tallon overworld was also a thing, of course. But the Tallon overworld somehow always feels like a special area to me. More of an overlaying area, you might say. You know what I mean. A lot of steam here so far. Oh, what do we have here? a door with a blast shield on it. And remember, we don't have a map anymore for this area, so you cannot see beforehand where rooms are actually going to go. But this one is going to be for a safe station. I will only go in quickly in order to get it on the map. And then we will continue scanning, because of course new area means new types of enemies. This creature is a Grisby. This creature is invulnerable to normal weapon fire, but can be killed with one missile easily. So simply shoot it with a missile. There's a couple more. Also be careful for the flames that actually pop out of the walls here. You're able to stand on the platforms without being hit, but do be careful. Oh, next new enemy. You are a burrower, I see. Burrowing into the ground. This is the kind of enemy we can only attack the moment it pops up. Invulnerable in the ground, but it will pop up in order to try to attack us, and then we shoot it. Magmoor Caverns. Recognize the song. So awesome that this song is actually also used for this place. Returning from Super Metroid. Here's the name giver for this area, by the way, the Magmoor. Fire-breathing serpent that dwells in lava. Looks scary, but it's in all honesty not really that intimidating. It does not move all too much in the lava. It will simply stand still and shoot some fire at you occasionally. Just shoot it enough times in order to decapitate it and it will die. I think these guys are a bit more of a threat in this place, the puffers. Poisonous enemies. You can shoot them in order to blow them up. They will always release a poisonous cloud, as you can see, which will actually hang around for a couple of seconds. And the moment you shoot them, wait until they actually become safe again. And it's pretty obvious they will also release that poisonous cloud the moment you touch them normally. But then it will really hurt you, so definitely not recommended. Want to stay away from their poison. This looks pretty obvious. Morph ball tunnel. Bump this in order to open it up. Shoot all the puffers. It's a safe passage. Ouch, by the way. There we go. Another room complete. Next new enemy. What are you? A Treecks. Enemies that actually try to grab you the moment you're in morph ball form. It works like this. They will find you, grab you, and drag you out of their nest. But of course we can easily take care of them by giving them a bomb to eat, and then they will blow up. They will grab everything they see, so they're asking for it. That is how we get rid of them. But this was just the introduction area. Welcome to the Treecks pit. A very large room where we're also going to be dealing with the Treecks. At least in the lower area. That lower area we want to go into if we want a missile expansion. So let's go towards the lower area first and try to find ourselves a tunnel where we can enter this lower area. The grating we're walking on. We can obviously get under here. So go into this little niche over here. And we'll find an entrance for a morph ball tunnel. Try to avoid all the Treecks in here. Because we are looking for another exit. I'm of course not too sure where that is going to be, but simply try to stay on the edges of this room. And eventually you'll find yourself an exit right over here. That will lead crates. Not that there's anything for me to heal, but still. This is more important. It leads to a door. And this room only functions as a cache room, you might say. It holds one item, a missile expansion. It was quite a detour for just one simple missile expansion. You would expect at least an energy tank for something like this. Or to just place the missile tank over here, not in a separate room. It's a bit overkill, I know. But the item still counts. Still needed for 100% collectibles. Now, where's the exit? Over here. And that was our little detour. Now, let's go continue with the story. For that we need to climb the room again. Cannot go towards the next room from down below, so we need to find a way up here again. Jump the platforms over there. Here's a little staircase. And bam! No. Yeah, it's a bit difficult to hit targets from very far away. But of course, we still want to get rid of them. They're pretty narrow platforms over here, so if these guys actually hit us, we're pretty certainly going to be knocked off. Something we don't want. We are here at least. Come on. We have seen enough of these buffers by now. It's time for something new, game. Ooh, what do we have here? Oh, I see a turret. Be careful. Blow you up quickly. Before you blow me up. Try to see more buffers in the distance. Let's quickly go into this room first. Officially, this is a dead end. It will actually lead towards an area for later. But there is one item we can already pick up, so allow me. This next room is, for the most part, inaccessible, but the fiery shores. But it will actually give us one item that is already accessible. We might as well pick it up now. The earlier we get as many items as possible, the better. Also going to be a missile expansion, if I remember correctly. Therefore nothing too spectacular, but might as well have as many missiles as early on as we can. It can only help us. Try to get rid of the enemies. Once they are, it's time for us to go into this tunnel. Lead towards the other side of the room. Something we're not interested in, of course, but we are interested in this little side pathway. Which will lead us towards a missile expansion. Be careful for this grating. There's no walls here, so you can actually roll off here. You will roll into the lava and it will hurt you pretty badly. Our Varia suit is resistant against the heat, but not against lava itself. It will still hurt you pretty badly if you fall into it. So if you have the missile expansion, it's time to return to the room we came from. Going onwards has no use. I can already give away there's going to be a spider ball track on the other side. And therefore we cannot cross. Oh, this is also something we can remember. There should be scannable. Yeah, over here. The game will actually say this is bendicium. Another type of material we can destroy. It is not written in red for nothing. But not with our current weapons. Just remember there is something to blow up here. The moment we find a new type of weapon that can destroy something, we need to keep that area in mind. Bendicium is apparently also something we can blow up at some point. Just not quite yet. Bam! Die, please. Just like in Frigate Orpheon, I'm going to declare that the turrets is something that can die, even though they are machines. Machines can definitely die. So, let's go climb this room now. Lower area explored. All the enemies dead, including the machines. Thank you. Let's see what we can find up here. A pretty tricky jump. Just wait for the poison to actually dissipate and jump. You can barely reach it. Come on, give me that missile. Thank you. Let's blast you quickly. And go into the only door we can reach from now. Another morph ball maze. Remember, there is going to be an energy tank in this room. As you can see, there's a couple of corridors above us. Let me check that out. Continuation towards the next area actually goes down below here. But there's something we want to pick up first. For that we need to go to the rightmost shaft, I think. Yeah. If you jump correctly here with a double jump, we can actually get up here. And then do another double jump. And then do a third one in order to get ourselves an energy tank. A lot more difficult to actually get in the original game because of not being able to use motion controls to jump. Because it is pretty obvious if you miss the jumps, you will blow up the blocks below you and you will fall down to the lower area. So using the bump jumps definitely makes this more tricky. But once you have the energy tank, you can move on to the next area. And this one leading towards an area called Phendrana Drifts, apparently. I hope we are ready for the exact opposite. You see it more often in video games. A fire, an ice area, coexisting next to each other. Why would Metroid Prime actually stay behind? Welcome to the ice area of the Tallon overworld. It is called Phendrana Drifts. And it's already the 4th area that we're going to explore here. You can already see it on the full map. Magmoor Caverns isn't a very large area. But this Phendrana Drifts is comparable to the Chozo ruins when it comes to size. This one is going to take a bit longer to explore. It might even have another region boss. It might. Let's go break the ice. And get into the main room. Phendrana Drifts. The 4th area in total and the 2nd large area on Tallon IV. Enemy scanning time. The bats flying around in this room are going to be new, and therefore something we want to scan for a logbook.
Recording to logbook.
Flicker bat. No real spectacular enemy, but it is required for a logbook. And that is not going to be the only one. These guys walking around on the ceilings and the walls, we also want to scan. Comparable to the Grisbees, but these guys are called crystallites. The reason I'm saying these are comparable to the Grisbees is because we also cannot destroy them with regular weapons, but we can with our missiles. They're basically the Grisbees of this area. Save station over here, by the way, in case you want to make sure you don't die. But I'm full health, so even for that I don't want to use it. And saving itself, that's something I'm not going to do during recording. I do not dare to do so. So climb this ledge. And go to this door. Oh yeah, it is still locked. We need to do something else first. This over here. Large traces of radion detected. In other words, we can shoot it with our missile. Similar to Brimstone, radion is also really easily destroyed. And in here we can actually find ourselves a switch we can scan. And that will open up the door above. I should have remembered that there's a thing, but small little details like that, not easy to remember. Oh, come on. Stupid Switch Pro controller. Your fault. When in doubt, just blame the Switch Pro controller. Ooh, we have another type of energy enemy I see. Similar to the pulse bamboo, but this one is a scatter bamboo. And just like with the pulse bamboo, indestructible for us now. It will react to our charging. The moment we use energy, it will become more aggressive, you might say. So we just need to make sure to avoid it. Just time it correctly. And go between its charges before it hits you. Shouldn't be too difficult, in all honesty. That will bring us towards the first ice ruins. Where we can find another new type of enemy. A staple enemy for this area. Comparable to the Magmoors from the previous one. But these are Sheegoth. This one in particular being a baby Sheegoth. Well, if these are babies, they're already bigger than I am, so... I don't want to see their adult versions. These are also enemies that are only vulnerable on their back, so try to strafe around them. Shoot their shell on the back. That will eventually kill them. Where do I need to go? I want to climb this already. And this is usually the part in the game where I get confused a bit. I think I wanted to climb this particular ruin. There's actually 2 ruins in this area, and both of them I do tend to mix up a bit in my mind sometimes. But it looks like I'm correct. And this is indeed the way towards the door. And I see we find another type of burrower here, so let's go start scanning again. The ice burrower. Works very similar to the ones we actually met in Magmoor Caverns. But officially it's a different type of enemy. So we need to scan it yet again. There's plenty of them in this room. Man. Oh, come on. Go away. I'm just passing through. There's no reason to attack me. Back in the main room, but this time around on a higher ledge, which we can use in order to cross towards the other ruins. I did say there were 2 ruins in here. This is the other ice ruins. And for this one, I'm pretty sure we want to stay on the lower area to pass through. There should also be a scan we can make over here, some lore. I'm not entirely sure where it is actually. There's multiple of these entrances in the ruins here. And I'd much rather have the baby she-goth leaving me alone because I don't like fighting you guys. It's such a waste of time. Start looking in here. Yeah, here it is. I see the wrinkly. I see the wrinkly wall of the Chozo lore. What do you have for me? As the great poison reaches even further into the planet, we Chozo begin to feel the gnawings of despair. Before it's too late, we now make our last stand. We have begun to build a temple to contain this darkness. At its heart, we will place a cipher, a mystical lock powered by 12 artifacts, and filled with as much power as we Chozo can harness. We wonder, though, even when we are done, will it be too late? And will the power of the temple and the cipher itself prove strong enough to hold back that poisonous tide that even now swells within the ground, threatening all life? It seems the Chozo have found a way to actually contain the poison, building a temple around it and trying to make sure it never escapes by using the magical power of 12 artifacts. That sounds interesting. But seeing all of the troubles on this world and all of the mutated enemies and stuff, I am pretty sure it's not going to be enough in order to prevent all of the problems. But perhaps it did actually prevent it becoming even worse. Perhaps we will find more about that sacred artifact temple later. I'm definitely curious about this great poison now. And the meteor that actually brought it towards this world. In this room, we obviously want to go find ourselves a new power-up. It's pretty obvious that is indeed what we are after. Scan a switch over here that will lower the platforms. And try to bring along your jumping skills, because if you fall here, it's a long way back. Ow. Thank you for the little push. And here is the final thing we're going to do today. Pick up another morph ball item. We will find the boost ball in this little area. We can now press the B button in order to do a boost with our morph ball, speeding up our little ball rolling. And we'll be using it in multiple ways, even to already escape this room. But that is going to be for next time, I think. It looks like time is up. 23 minutes already, almost 24. We'll be boosting our way into the next episode. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Treecks out.